मरना मुल्ला मरना भी करता रो डरना। मरना मुल्ला मरना भी करता रो डरना। सोई मौला जेने जग मौलेया हरे आकिया संसारो। आब हाक जिन्ने बंद रहाए सच्चा सिरजनहारो। मरना मुल्ला मरना भी करता रो डरना। मरना मुल्ला मरना तातू मुल्ला तातू गाजे जाने नाम खुदाए। जे बहुत तेरा पढ़िया होवे को रहे ना भरिए पाए। सोए काजे जिन आप तजया सोए काजे जिन आप तजया। एक नाम किया आधारो है भी हो से जाए ना जासे सच्चा सिरजनहारो। पंज वक्त निवाज गुजारे पंज वक्त निवाज गुजारे। पढ़े कतेब पुराना नानक आखे गुर सदे रहियो पीड़ा खाना। मरना मुल्ला मरना भी करता रो डरना। मरना मुल्ला मरना। In our last sitting, Gurwani was giving us a message which was अमल कर धरती बीज शब्दों कर सच की आब नित देह भानी। Which is, has nothing to do with what you know, how much you understand, what you read, what you study. It has everything to do with how you put it into practice. Amal. Amal kar dharti. If the land has not been of fruit, is completely useless. It's a mindless exercise. In the conclusion of that hymn, Gurbani said, ती कर रखे पंज कर साथी नाव शैतान मत कट जाई। ती कर रखे 30 days of roza, 30 days of penance that is prevalent in the Islamic culture even today. It has been from the day of Muhammad. 30 days of fasting, which is what? The fast during the sun up. As long as the sun is up, don't eat anything, don't drink anything, and at least 5 times during that day do the namaz. And Gurbani said that is okay with the physical body, mind. If you are restraining yourself from overeating, overindulging for a month or so, it might help the body. But if you are thinking of that the spiritual evolution will take place, a spiritual revolution will come through, Guru Nanak says, that is only possible Nanak aakhe raha pe chalana. Unless you know the process, unless until you know the method, it is going to be complete waste of time. Mal dhan kitku sanjayai. You are otherwise into the game of collection. If you are collecting money, that is a game of collection. If you are collecting the knowledge, that's a game of collection. You are just playing game of collection. You are not getting into the real meditative processes which help you to evolve spiritually. So understand that to evolve spiritually, you have to actually really find out those processes, find out those actions which bring you closer to the highest source of us all. So the meditation is not a specific time, a specific month, a specific week process. It is every day, it is every hour process. Meaning what? Meaning whatever action you are taking, whatever decision you are taking, at that moment you need to pause and evaluate, is this action going to get you closer? Well, how do I know which action gets you closer? Well, if you can't say from that side, see from the other side. Is this action helping you to reduce your anger, your greed, your cravings, your attachments, your ego? If this is supporting any one of them, then guaranteed it's not going to get closer to it. Who are you talking about? And the next hymn comes and say, Soee Maoleaa, Soee Maola jin jag Maoleaa haraya kiya sansaro. You say, I'm talking about, now Maola is a Persian word, God. And Maoleaa is a reverser of that, a word form out of that. That is the Maoleaa means when the new season comes and the flowers are springing, that's going to Maoleaa, to come into the season. That creator who brought all of this out as they have sprung out of him did what? Haraya kiya sansaro. The one who has created this all, the one who took the opposing characteristics. Ab means water, Khak means the dust. He takes the opposing characteristic elements and put them together. I'm talking of that creator. So you have to think about, is that action getting me closer to that creator? If that action is not getting you that creator, then you are wasting your time. Remember, marna mulla marna. Remember that the end of the time eventually will come. Anything that's created would eventually be destroyed. It matters not what it is, whether it is a life form or a non-life form. It will eventually be destroyed. You must remember not to waste the time and the energy in pursuits which are not getting you closer to him. Marna mulla marna bhi kartaron darna. have some fear of that Creator, that it is not going to be partial to any one of the activities that you think that you have learned, and you are doing these studies and you are doing these works, and it may be, and say, no, that's not. Let me give you the touchstone. Tatu mulla, tatu kaji, jane naam khudai. If you are the true follower of the spirituality, the term mullah and kaji are those used for those who are perpetuating and teaching and spreading the name of God, the name of Muhammad, the name of Allah. He says, do you really understand that? Do you understand the naam? What is the word that gets closer to that? Khudai. Khudai word is come from Khuda. Khuda, the God. And Khudai, what is created by God. The creation, that's Khudai. Je bahu tera padya hove ko rahe na bhariye pai. This is, you are focusing so much on the studies, the analysis. Now, whether the analysis is of the Vedas or the analysis of the Anjil and the Quran and Firdaus, these are the books from Islam, their contemporary books which talk about the spirituality in Islam. It says, if you are just into the study and the reading and collecting the knowledge, that is not going to get you there. Understand, ko rahe na. Nobody stays here, bhariye pai. Everybody has fixed amount of time. Pai was a measure of those times. They used to measure the milkman will have a pie with him. He will measure the same amount of milk to give it to you. Those are the measures. So he says, the life has a measure. Life has a measure. It is not indefinite. And you are devoting all of this to basically what? Trying to analyze, collect the knowledge as much as possible, collect as much information as possible, which makes you a smart guy who can argue amongst the people very intelligently, and you can give accurate descriptions, but those descriptions are coming from the books. They are not coming from your experience. So, if you want to be truthful and get to that stage, here is the test. What is the test? Soee kaji jinne aap tajya. That is the real test, whether you're getting closer. Aap tajya. Losing the self. Surrendering. Tajana means to surrender. Surrender what? Aap. What is aap? That ego. That self. If surrendering of the self is not happening, then you really are not a kaji. Then you are really not a preacher. You really are not a pandit. You are not really a mullah. You are only pretending to be one. If you come to a gathering, a congregation, a get-together and say, look how much I know. Gurbani says, padhya hove gunegar ta omi sad na mariye. Somebody may be very, very educated and very, very sharp intellect and be able to talk as much as he wants, but he is not equal to what? Omi sad. The one who just has learned Om and he says only Om. That's it. He says he's not going to be comparable to that. But what normally happens? the people will not pay attention to the sadhu, but will go after the padya pandit, even though he may be a gunegar. पढ़िया होवे गुनेगार तां ओमी साधना मारिए, जेहा काले कालना ते वेहो ना उपचारिए. The question is, what is the investment? कालना की है, मेहनत की है. The type of the actual investment determines what type of the person is. Te veho na upachariye. So then what should you do? It says, aisi kala na khediye jit dargaye gaya hariye. Don't play the game that you win here but lose there. Play the game that here you may think that you are losing, but if you are winning there, how are you winning there? Is that ego going down? Is that greed going down? Is that anger going down? Is the attachment increasing or reducing? Are the desires getting under control or they are increasing as the day go by? Soee mulla, soee kaji jin aap tajya, ik naam kiya aadharo. So, if the total dependence has become on a single word, ek naam, single shabad, single word, that is the one which will get you where habi hosi jaye na jasi sacha sirjanharo. It will get you to that ultimate creator. Panj waqt niwaj guzare pade kateb purana. See, even though you are into the ritualism, what? Panj waqt, 5 times. Niwaj guzare. You are doing the ritual of namaz, and you are studying kateb, their Islamic literature. Kateb means books, spiritual books. Pade kateb Qurana, nanak aakhe gor sadei raheo peena khana. Understand that is not going to get you there. Eventually, gore means the cover. Eventually, you will end up in the mortuary, and nothing will be accomplished. So, wake up to the fact that the Kriya Karam will not get you there. But why is the Kriya Karam such a attraction? Why it keeps on binding us down? The next hymn explains that raz, that secret. Tera ek naam तारे संसार, तेरा एक नाम तारे संसार, मैं एहा आस ए होया था, मैं एहा आस ए होया था. एक स्वान, एक स्वान दोए स्वानी नाल, भल के भौंके सदा बयाल, कूड़ शुरा मुठा मुर्दार, धान करूप रहा करतार, धान करूप रहा करतार. मैं पत के पंद न करने कार, मैं पत की पंद न करने के कार हाँ बिगड़े रूप रहा विकराल तेरा एक नाम तारे संसार मैं ए हयास ए होया धार मुख निंदा आँखां दिन रात पर घर जो ही नीच सनाद काम क्रोध तन वसे चंडाल धानक रूप रहा करतार फाही सुरत मलुकी वेश हाउ ठगवाड़ा ठगे देश खरा से आना बहुता भार धाने के रूप रहा करतार मैं केता न ज्यादा हराम खोर हाँ क्या मुख देसा दुष्ट चोर नानक नीच कहे विचार धानक रूप रहा करतार धानक रूप रहा करतार. Here is the problem. एक स्वान दोए स्वानी नाल. Swan means a dog and a swani means a she dog. Swan means a male dog, swani means a female dog. He says एक स्वान दोए स्वानी नाल भलके भौंके सदा ब्याल. This mind. So what is a dog? What's the characteristics of a dog? Dog is identified with the greed. Dog has a characteristic, no matter how much it has eaten, you throw more food, it will just keep on eating. It just does not say that I am done. Dog never says I am done eating. He may not be able to eat something. You give it the bone, he tries to eat it there and he cannot. He will not leave it behind, he'll just take it with him. Greed. Now what drives the greed? The greed is driven by two characteristics. One is the hope and the other is a desire. I have a desire and I have a hope the desire will be fulfilled. Those two. So greed is the dog and is driven by what? दो स्वानियां केड़ियां ने उहदे नाल she dog केड़ियां ने? One is the desire, the vasana, and then the hope that this desire is going to be fulfilled here. And so the life is absolutely revolving with that. एक स्वान दोए स्वानी नाल. And what are they doing? Palke, paunke, sada bayal. Every day they get up. Palke means the next day, to get up. And the moment they get up, they start making noise. Paunke. Some trishna, some vasana, some desire. So what are we going to do today? We are going to get this. Where are we getting it from? Well, I'm going to make this phone call to so and so, or I'm going to go there to fulfill this desire. Palke paunke sada beal. And now, in order to get that, what have I to do? He says, Kood shura mutta murdar. So when I go to fill that desire, if I tell the truth, I know it's not going to be done, so I end up lying. Kood chura. See? Chura, the knife to cut. So I'm trying to cut the resistance of the one I have gone to fulfill the desire. And what is going on? Mutta murdar. Mutta means to thagya jana. I am trying to outsmart the other without thinking that actually the life is outsmarting me. The time is getting wasted. The real time is going away. Kood chura mutta mardar dhan karoop raha kartar. Dhanik is a जिन्हों ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਭੀਲ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ jungli. In the Indian hills, there is a tribe which basically survives only on the strength of hunting. तीर कमान लै गए उन्होंने all day. भील ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ hunters ਨੇ. So what I am doing is the whole day, whole life I am hunting something. Dhan karoop raha karta. The total life is spent in hunting for something or the other. So however I am going to get closer to the Creator. So then what happens? Somebody gives me a ritual. I quickly fall for that because that's the easiest thing to do. Before going to the hunting, stop by the mandir and do this. Stop by the masjid, do this. Stop by the gurdwara, do this. And that's the easiest thing to do. Why? Because the inner hankering is guided by that desire and that hope to fill that desire every day. That's the process of life. मैं पत की पंद ना करने की कार. Pat ki pand means the nasiyat. The word from the Guru, the Master, is totally irrelevant to me. मैं पत की पंद ना. The nasiyat, the advice that was given in the true spirit is totally irrelevant to me. Why? Because I am focused on that hope that I need to fulfill today. Na karne ki kar. And what the Master is saying, this is what needs to be done. No. I am going to do the easier one. What? That karam. That can't. Panje waqt namaz guzare. That's easier. But to meditate on the name, on the word, is difficult. So I'm not going to do that. So I find the intellectual justifications for those. I justify to myself. So what I do? How bigade roop raha bekaral. So I now modify the word. Bigad the noun. Bigada roop hoda. If the Guru says, you are supposed to burn your desires in the havan. Put that ahuti in the havan. So I said, wait a minute. It's easier to put the ahuti of the samagri. So I buy some good fragrant smelling firewood and I burn it over there and say, I'm done. If the Guru says, you are supposed to surrender your intellect, and I say, okay, मैं मथा टेक देता और उनकी चाहना है. What else? I bowed before you, and the intellect is here in my head. So I bore my head, so I have given you intellect. What else do you want? रूप बिगाड़ देना. Hear the word, but rather than implementing that word, find another interpretation of it, which is easier to implement ritualistically. How bigade roop raha bikral. And what's happening? Slowly, instead of the life getting higher and higher consciousness to the higher plane, it is actually becoming more डरावनी. It's becoming more scary to me. What is the reality? The reality was तेरा एक नाम तारे संसार. That was the नसीहत. Get to one word which gets closer to you, to him. मैं एहा आस एहो आधार. This is what should have been the aas. That one, the dog that is aas, the real dog should have been that naam the aas. But no, I have a different aas. This should have been the adhar, no, but I have a different adhar. Adhar means what I depend upon. I should have been depending upon what? That name, that word which gets closer to you. And what did I get dependent upon? The asa that I am going to get done today from so and so. So we substituted the word for totally something that's convenient under the guise of what? Well, after all, I have to live. I mean, come on, I'm moving in another society. And if this is a very common question, everybody asks. This has been asked here. Well, sare sant ban jange, this dunya da ki hoyega? How the world is going to move if everybody become a saint? If everybody starts giving everything up rather than taking something up, as if we have certainly become God and we send him into vacation. You don't need to do anything. I am worried about this. The world running. And Gurbani says, instead of doing that, so then what did I start saying? Mukh ninda aakhan din raat. So now I'm attached with the negative. Ninda means say something bad about everything. This is not good, this is not good, this is not right, this is not right, he is not right, she is not right. I am the only one right. Isn't it? When we converse with each other, what do we try to prove? I am right, you are wrong. Somebody else is wrong. Society is wrong. The preachers are wrong. The world is wrong. They are not doing something good. Hey, look, I'm so smart. When we are saying everybody else is wrong, in reverse, what I'm saying, I am right. Mukh ninda, आँखां दिन रात, पर घर जो ही नीच सन्नात. Always par ghar jo hi. Mean try to keep an eye on somebody else's wealth. Par ghar jo hi neech san. Those are the lower level qualities, and I am not even aware that this is what I'm doing. I'm focusing on somebody else rather than focusing on the self. Always looking at the other. Then what are you doing, by the way, sir? काम क्रोध तन वसे चंडाल तानक रूप रहा करता. This is what is कामनामा, वासनामा, क्रोध, the anger, that is inside me all the time, and I am not even aware that I am living the life of a dhanak, a bheel, a jungli. Bhahi surta maluki ves. Inside is what? To catch somebody, steal something away from it. But my dress is what? Maluki. Maluki means sant. Bhahi surta maluki ves. सुरत ध्यान किसी और पास है. But look at the dress. One of the most common complaints about me, and the people have actually physically come to me and said, this is one thing we want you to do for us. At least start wearing a robe and open the beard, please. This is... Don't you see that it has much more impact on the people when you dress up the part? You're sitting on a stage, you should have a white shirt, white turban, beard should be open, and this, get rid of these pants and the belts and this. Why? And I say, if you are going to pay attention to... No, oh, come on. If the food has to be served right before you can eat it, if it's not served right, nobody can eat it. No matter how tasty it is. It is the look that catches first. Don't you understand that? Yeah, I do. But I'm not selling anything. That's my problem. I'm not merchandising anything. No, you have so much to share and you are so useful, and but this way you become totally useless. And I'm okay with that. But that is the very, very true. Now, think about yourself. When you are going to the temple, don't you change a different dress rather than when you go into the office? Why is that?
To please others.
Isn't it? अजी मंदिर जा रहे हैं ना, जरा कुर्ता पजामा जरा सलवार कमीज पा के जाइए ना, ऑफिस से दूजी पैंट पा जाने. So who's kidding whom? From who? Expected from whom? That's what I'm saying. Who's kidding whom? If you are saying that I am going to the temple, and then do you mean the God is in the temple, not in the office? So then the people around the society becomes important. Oh. So okay, then the piety people, piety are not people, huh?
It's true, really, seriously.
Yeah.
If I went like that in a family temple in Goa, I don't think they will let me come and perform anything. Like,
Yeah.
They will stop.
See? So isn't that the universal thing then? Right? I mean, you are actually saying what Gurbani is saying. You are all agreeing. Gurbani is saying, look, the outer has become so important that it has become part of your genetic. The inner has become totally irrelevant. Whereas the life should have been exactly the opposite.
But there are norms.
Who created those norms? Did we not create ourselves? And we created the norms which are exactly opposite to the spiritual evolution. That's what the whole Gurbani is hammering continuously. Look at the norm that you call norm. Are they helping you to grow spiritually or go downward spiritually? Because so long as your part is dressed up, nothing else is important. Nothing else is important. Nothing else is relevant.
But then the results show that Ram naam mere laga, logon ko mere thata hoga. So I'm doing it for the sake of people, but man,
But is it?
I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
He's quoting Gurbani, which says, Ram naam mera man laga, logan syo mera thatha baga.
राम नाम में मेरा दिल लग गया.
दिल तो मेरा वहां है, लोगों के तो सिर्फ आते हैं, मजाक चल रहा है, हो रहा है, मैं उनके साथ ये तो मैं बोलना चालना थोड़ी बंद कर दिया है.
लेकिन ड्रामा,
वो तो ड्रामा है, वो तो चल रहा है. The question is when we dress up that drama for the people, and we really are inside that way?
I think for us it's comfortable.
Okay.
On the floor is more comfortable than to be in a...
I bet you, if you didn't wear anything, you'd be even more comfortable. Clothes would be more, if you're talking of your own comfort, when you throw a complete robe which has absolutely no breathing and no things tied up, would you not be sitting more comfortably rather than in a shalwar or a pant or a pajama? Just a single robe. Let it be foot as long that covers your feet and toes and everything. Yeah. But the point is not that what I am inside. The society is focused. We are focused. We are trained for that. We are educated for that. All our life. Outer matters. Nobody sees the inner, so don't worry about it. Now, how false that statement is. Nobody sees the inner. Statement should have been, he knows only the inner. He sees you. What you are inside, he sees you. The people may not. You know it and he knows it. And between you and him, there is no other mediator required. There is no other judge. There is no other jury. There is no other attorney. There is nobody to defend you. Between you and him, that's it. We never taught that to our children. We never taught that to ourselves. The outer is important. It happened with me today. I was coming over and I just happened to pick up this off the shelf, and my wife said, "Hey, t-shirt पा के चले हो?" मैं कहा गर्मी है. What's wrong with this? But I thought you were going to satsang. I said, "Yeah, of course I'm going to go satsang." The same thing happened. I went to attend to the wedding in Washington.
I hope you didn't go like this.
Yes, I did. I just had a kurta, pajama, and that's it. Everybody else had the suits and the ties. I didn't have a suit and tie. The tie is going to make me. Ask him. I had the shirt and the pant. That's it.
Question. Statement actually. See, the reason those who are going to speak, holy people or knowledgeable people or guru or sadhu, the reason I think they were wearing a certain way is so that when they are walking on the street or somewhere, people should be able to distinguish. तो ये गुरु हो सकता है, ये साधु हो सकता
है. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. The question is the image in the clothes or is it the image in what they live by? All those things are fine. The question is, what is this person actually known by? What is inside him or what is outside him? Sheikh Sadi has a beautiful point. Now, I just heard the translation. It is because it's in Persian. It says, when you open your mouth, mitti da toda, mitti da teer. It says, when you are opening your mouth, if a diamond drops from your mouth, would that be nice? Or if a mitti da toda, you build a whole mountain of the useless dust, but a single gem, a word. That is why if you go to an elderly person, you expect something, a word of wisdom from it, a life's essence, not childish, wishful thinking and childish explanations of what the life is. You expect a certain essence from him, Otherwise, why would you go to a? That's why even in Manu's world, when he divided that into the 4 stages, what is the 3rd stage? Banprast. What's Banprast? To be a mentor to those who are coming through Brahmacharya or Grihastha. So if you have nothing to offer, where is the Banprast? Right? The Banprast means you should be able to pass on the wisdom of the life. But if you haven't yourself acquired that wisdom, then the 3rd stage is completely lost.
I think this is the right time to ask. Why can't we have both?
Both what?
Like, let us, easy to take is like your example. See, you have a lot to offer, but if to please somebody, you put on certain clothes. So you have both. You have taken care of outer and inner you already have.
The problem with that model is that the eye will stay focused on the outer. It will never ever go beyond the outer till you force it, till you conscientiously, if you, हाँ जी ये संत है जी, हाँ चाची मत्था टेक देता जी, गल खत्म हुई, और की है, वेख्या संत है. What will happen is you see somebody with the dress up and okay, fine, he deserves my respect, I respected him, I'm done.
ड्रामा है ना, वो ड्रामा खेल दिया ना.
In order to reach the inner layer, you have to make a conscientious effort. If you, and what happens? You are constantly lost in the drama, which is the outer world, which is what Gurbani is constantly hammering on you. Look what has happened to you. You took that easy way out, even with such an intellectual justification what you just gave. Hey, I'm doing both. Just as she was, and just Batra Sahib said, well, okay, ये तो खेल है, दुनिया के साथ कर लो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? The problem is that खेल is so enjoyable that you get lost in the खेल. And mostly do.
If you remember play.
But the getting lost in that drama is so easier. It is so attractive, it's so alluring, it's so deceptive that ordinary mind, till you have evolved to a spiritual level where you can see both of them equally well, it is a slippery slope. And in theory, that all makes very sense. In theory, whatever you have said and she has said is absolutely right. And we will step now away from this intellectual discussion and look at what has transpired in the world. People who are going along with your I'm talking about the preachers and those things, those who do wear and they present themselves to you and you go to listen to them and you see them daily. Look at their lives and look at what they have done to the rest of the world. The world is full of those who are dressing the part just the way you just described. Have they themselves gone there, or have they been able to also lead anybody anywhere? What is the end result? Look at what is happening to the consciousness. In theory, what you said is absolutely true. But in implementation, something goes wrong. What goes wrong? Why isn't that the so many sadhus and so many saints that we are associated on a day-to-day basis?
Because they get stuck up on the gratification.
Both of them. The Pandit and the Jagyasu. They get stuck on the outside, ritualistic aspect.
Question. There is a black tie event going on and they have invited you to speak to them, and the requirement to enter, the gatekeeper is not going to let you in unless you have a black tie. Will you wear it?
No.
You are not concentrating on outer clothes. You are just going there to respect their wishes because they have invited you. And the dress attire expected is black tie.
Believe me that those are contradictory objectives. A spiritual discourse and a black tie event are contradictory objectives.
You know that I was just
I know you made an example out of it, and I'm saying they are contradictory in nature.
The portrayal of the he-dog being the greed, with the two she-dogs being the desire and expectation.
Desire and the hope.
That's one. The scenario around, we are taught to be goal-oriented. In the morning, we make a list of how we're going to achieve those goals. But still, that's karma. If you look at Bhagavad Gita, that's saying that you do the most you can, but for the results you depend on him.
So,
The point is,
no, just stop there, Batra Sahib. You just answered your own question. You killed one of the she dogs. See? You killed one of the she dogs.
true, would you
And that's what is leading the whole thing. Because if the action becomes such which has no hope, but it is performing, you are meditating at the same time then.
so you
Your karma become meditation. Because it is only the act, not the end result. But that's not what is happening.
but it's
You
the
tell me,
desire.
you find a seeker who gets up in the morning and acts because I have to act and I don't care what its end result is. Find one. I show you the meditator.
Sorry, say it again.
Mr. Batra's example is that we are, after all, living human creatures. So in the morning we are going to get up and we are going to act. And we are going to make certain achievement goal and we are going to act. And according to Bhagavad Gita, we are karma yogi. The problem is that we have lost the form of the yoga. We only have the karma left with us. So his basic thesis was, if I am acting and not acting according to Gita
Not expecting.
and not expecting anything, what's wrong with that? He said, nothing is wrong with that. You have become a meditator because you killed one of the she dogs.
But the very word goal-oriented
Yeah, that in itself actually,
means there's
yeah. The moment the word comes, I have a goal, you are into the trap. We are playing with the words here. Acting without the goal is meditation. Somebody sitting saying Om, 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 what is achieving? Ram, 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 Vaheguru, 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 what is achieving? Where's the goal in it? It never happens. We only intellectualize about it. We only theorize about it. We only analyze it. But putting into the practice, that's the whole hymn. That is today's message. That all you have done is what? You have basically collected the knowledge. Ki kita hai? Panj waqt nawaz gujare pade kiteb Qurana. You have just studied it and you keep on doing the ritualism without understanding, without even stopping, without taking a pause. Hey, what is this doing to me? Am I closer to the Creator now or further away? I never asked that question. Why don't I ask that question? Here is the traps. That's what the next hymn was, which said, Ek swan doye swani naal. And that's what we are, and it's actually analyzing. And we were at the statement, Fahi surat mulki ves, hau thagwada thaggi des. Thagna. The word thagna in Punjabi is a very loaded word. Because thagna means, the three words, I have described these words before. Let me remind you. There is a thief, there is a dacoit, and there is a con artist. a chor, a daku, a thug. All three do the same thing. Their objective is the same, that is take somebody else's wealth. But techniques are different. It is in the technique that is so amazing message. A thief takes your thing away when you are not looking. A dacoit, even if you are not looking, will actually remind you. He'll wake you. You may be sleeping, he'll wake you up. Put the gun on your head and say, your life or your keys, which one? Dacoit is because he is more powerful than you are. But a thug, a con artist, first becomes your friend. He wins your confidence. He makes you so much a believer out of you that you are willingly ready to give your stuff away to him. अब मेरे भी इन्वेस्ट कर दे, पता बात चला. And this is what we are. All of us do this with the world. Thuggy. And सारी जीवन ठगया जाता है. And that's what we are doing. On the surface we are friends. And it is excruciatingly annoying when you wake up. A friend came to me and said, he brought a laddu, sweets. Said, what is it? He said, mere ghar potra hoya. So I asked him, I said, do you want a saint's response or a dunyadar response? And you know what he said to me? He said, Santan di rani dio, dunyadari di response changi hai. Who wants the saint's response? Hey, you are actually, watch out. Another source of attachment has developed. You think you like to hear that? What a crazy man. I went to give him the sweets. He's telling me, watch out. Another source of attachment has come. And he said, no, I don't want to hear that. Please don't remind me.
But why couldn't you be just happy and congratulate him?
Yes, I did.
Which response and
I did. चंगा भी मुबारक हो, मिठाई लेके आए. But is it not the fact that nobody has told these things to us?
Yeah, like she used to dance when there was a death procession.
Yeah, of course. That's the whole problem. That's exactly the problem. Let it be. This is a cancer of this, but just let it alone. Why you keep on opening it up and showing us as a cancer? They called me on the again on the carpet. Why did you tell that in the kitchen the people are talking like that? Your friend's incident. They brought that in the meeting. Because I had said, how dare you say that Ramguriyan de Gurdwara jatti ki kardi pai hai. So they said, why did you have to say it on the stage that somebody said that? I said, did somebody say or not? Yeah, but why to tell everybody? I said, don't you want to stop such nonsense? Don't you want to educate the people that they are there preparing the langar? Is this how they prepare the langar? Is there consciousness that there is a jat in the kitchen rather than a tarkhan in the kitchen? If they are thinking like that, what good is that langar going to do to them?
If they were not thinking like that, they won't have a Ramguriya. They won't be called Ramguriya.
But they don't. Actually, there was a big fight. Now they call it a Valley Sikh temple. They changed the name. But it still is a Valley Sikh temple. It is not.
There are 100 people in the Gurdwara and one makes that comment. I think it should be ignored completely. It's ignorant and that's it.
But it doesn't happen. You know what happened? The jar stopped coming to the Gurdwara completely.
Yeah, because what happens is more, the saints became active,
It's a word of mouth became, yeah, and all those ladies who belong to the Jat community, they stopped coming to Gurdwara completely. That's it. And it was her friend who told me. I asked her, I said, why are you not coming to Gurdwara anymore? And she told me, this is what happened. I came and went to help in the kitchen. They said this. Now me and all my friends, we go to Lankarshim.
They said what? What?
Jat is Jatini, do you
Yeah,
understand?
I know.
Yeah, they are farmers from Punjab,
Okay.
and these are technicians from Kenya. So, ਇਹ ਰਾਮਗੜੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ 'ਚ ਜੱਟੀ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੀ ਪਈ ਹੈ?
But it could be
Sure.
miraculous comment just to tease also. Why did-
But the point is, look at the damage it did.
It's coming. That's what the damage.
Look at the damage it did. And nobody stopped her. And I brought it on the stage and said, such things in a spiritual institution absolutely have no place, even in a joking fashion.
But she shouldn't have stopped either.
Exactly, that's what.
But that's the whole point. Look, what are we wasting the energy on?
Right. I agree with that.
Look, Santana is Doctoran da Gurdwara and Vermont is Marve da Gurdwara, and this is hey, wait, what's going on here? Look at you. I mean, whether the same thing is this is this Arya Samaj and this is that Samaj and this is this Samaj. How many parts have become in the name of spirituality, in religion?
I must have gone to Gurudwaras in many different countries, and no one ever made any negative comment ever.
Yeah, see, you haven't seen so many doctors also who are doing so well.
Yeah.
They have prestige,
Yeah.
and they don't want that kind of thing to happen. So first you have to teach these guys, in the eyes of God, we all are saying,
Ah.
somebody's jat of the karma.
And the point is, they all know that.
They know it, but
And they will all talk like that. They will all preach like that. And when it comes to the implementation, they will all behave that, which is what the Thagi is all about. And that will test how much spiritually you have evolved.
And you think about it.
She's
and
honest.
Yeah, that will just be.
God, how I know I won't be able to accept maybe eventually, but immediately I won't.
The first reaction would be yes. And that's what the test of the spirit is. That's what we are talking about here. That's what, and you said very rightly that दुनिया ਨੂੰ ਠੱਗਣ ਚਲੀ ਦੇ ਆਪ ਠੱਗੇ ਜਾਈਦਾ. And the life is getting wasted. And that's what Gurbani is reminding us. Let's get back to the discussion session came much ahead of the time today. So we are going to continue with this one. Gurbani reminds us, Fahi Surat Maluki Ves. The Surat is something to catch somebody. Fahi is put it in a net. And our pehrava, our dress is of farishta. Maluk hundne farishte. How thagwada thagi this? But this is in real life, we are actual thug. And we are dressing like saints. Khara seana bahta par, tanak roop raha kartar. Actually, on the outside, I am pretending to be very wise. And the reality is, I am not even a stone. Khara seana bahta par. मैं कीता ना जाता haram khor. Haven't done anything.
Look at the words.
Yeah, house. तेरा दिता होया haram khor की ਹੁੰਦਾ. The one who takes it, uses it, and not even say thank you.
You better not call us that word.
Well, the question is, are we or are we not?
Most of us are that. How you thank him for bringing us here.
So see, Aisha, we even got upset at this,
Exactly.
and then in the Gurdwara they were calling her Jati, so
Yeah.
we can see why she felt.
Oh, definitely.
This is a spiritual awakening. This is a mirror put in front of us. Say, look at it. And we can't even stand that. See? Kitna drona hai? Am I haramkhor? Well, are you not? How grateful are you for the life you have been given, the body you have been given, the health you've been given, the wealth you've been given, the brain you've been given? How are you? How grateful are you? Or are you even are you constantly ਉਹ ਬੁੱਲੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਦੁਨੀਆਦਾਰਾ ਰੱਬ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ 420 ਤੈਂ ਕੀਤੀ constantly doing that. How मैं कीता ना जाता हराम खोर हाँ क्या मुंह देसा दुष्ट चोर. How can that individual face the Creator with that type of a lifestyle? And this is the secret. We talked last time also. This is the secret where nobody wants to die. It's not that we are afraid of death. Everybody knows death is coming. It is facing him. We are like that student who had the summer vacation and the teacher gave us a homework to do and I spent the whole vacation playing. And now I don't want to go to school. The first day of facing that teacher, where is the homework?
After this.
And the fear of that spanking with that danda is so overpowering. The students started running temperature on the day of the first opening. That's what happens to us. When the death comes closer, I say, well, I am going to be asked. At a certain deeper level, every soul knows why it was here on this planet. Every one of us. We made certain commitments. We made certain promises that I need this body and I will accomplish these things in this body.
But then don't we forget it?
And we forget it from the day we born.
But then we still don't know the real.
We do. No, because that's why the masters are sent. The masters come here to remind us, you made the promise. Here is what the promise you made, which is, I will get out of the cycle of life and death and I'll come with you someday. It's like a student, a son, a daughter grows up and the mother says, go play outside. But the going play outside did not mean that I am not going to call you home now. Sometime I am going to call you home. But I am so much enjoying the play that I don't want to come home and mother is calling, come back. Now one more play, one more game, isn't it? How many times this has happened to us? Sitting playing the cards, simple game of cards or a simple game of chess. And night has come home. Now one last game. One last hand. We never get done. And that's how the game of life continues. And Gurbani says, "How kya muh dekha desa dusht chor nanak neech kahe bichar tanak roop raha kartar." The whole life is spent like this, like a bheer, like a jungli. Never ever to turn around. So, then where is the hope? Gurbani says, wait. Let me tell you something. Eka surat jete hai jiya, surat vihona koi na kiya, jehi surat dehatin raho, lekhaye ko आवो जाओ लेखा एको आवो जाओ काहे जिया करे चतुराई लेवे देवे ढिल न पाए तेरे जी जिया का तो है कित को साहिब आवे रोहे जे तू साहिब आवे रोहे ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਓਹੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੋਲ ਵਿਗਾੜੇ ਬੋਲ ਤੂੰ ਨਦਰੀ ਅੰਦਰ ਤੋਲੇ ਤੋਲ ਜੇ ਕਰਨੀ ਤੈ ਪੂਰੀ ਮਾਤ करणी बाजो घट घाट प्रणवत नानक ज्ञानी कैसा हुए आप पछाणे बुझे सोए गुर प्रसाद करे बेजार सो ज्ञानी दर गए परवान। There is a hope. How? Next hymn says, hey listen, eka surat jete hai jiya, surat vihana koi na kiya. See, understand this. Every human has that essence and potential in him. Not a single one is without that potential which can get you there. Eka surat jete hai jiya. That creator has given that same capability, same surati, same intellect, same potential, and not a single one. Surat vihana koi na kiya. There's not a single one that's without it. Jehi surat teha tan raho. So do what? Take that energy, take that capability and turn it around. That's all you need to do. Turn it around. You have that potential. Turn it around. Jehi surat teha tan raho. That kind of the intellect you have, that's the path you will follow. So turn it around. Lekha ekko avo jaho. Kahe jiya kare chaturai. Why are you just arguing in these intellectual pursuits? Why are you wasting the time? Just as we spend the time, right? In trying to justifying staying the way we are, how we are sharp and defending our way. So why are you wasting the time into this? You have that energy. You can turn it around even now, right this minute. You can do that. Leve deve tel na pai. He gives you that energy, and he can take that back too if you don't use it. Nobody's going to stop him. Understand, tere ji jiyan ka to hai. Everybody belongs to him. He belongs to everybody. And since he's the creator, and he created all of this, how can he get angry with you? Islamic and Christian God is a very angry and revengeful God. For a Sikh, God is not anger at all. It doesn't have that characteristics at all. Kit kyo sahab aave rohe. Kehte sahib nu gussa hi kis tarah sakda hai? Why? See, you are his children. He created all these things, and he created this illusion for you also. Is his drama? How can he be angry with you? All he's saying, if you want to play that role that way and you are enjoying the life so much, then continue enjoying the life. You've forgotten. You are given this enjoyment so that you can have a comfortable life and come back. But instead of coming back, you are like the child who just wants to play another game. All right. He can't get angry with you. Je tu sahab aave roho, tu ona ka tere ho. If you're going to get angry with him, who are you going to get angry? It's your creation. He can't get angry with you. It is just a drama. It will continue. So there is a hope. All you need to do is just turn around. Jai karni teh puri mat. So do this. Take the Guru's word, take that Shabad, and put that into the intellect rather than your intellect that you have gathered here from your friends and the universities and from your families. Forget about their mat. Take Guru's mat. Take this word. And do what? Karni bajon katte kat. Take that word and put it into practice. Otherwise you are in a loss. It will not be a profitable transaction for you. It will not be a profitable journey for you. Which is where we started from. Amal kar dharti. परमण नानक ज्ञानी कैसा होए, आप पछाणे बूझे सोए, गुर प्रसाद करे विचार, सो ज्ञानी दरगह परवान. All you need to do is, all that knowledge that you are collecting, what should it do? There's one test for collecting the knowledge and the information, which is aap pachane.
Know yourself.
It should show you your real picture, what you are. If it has taught you, when you are with a teacher you behave like this, when with your lover you behave like that, when with a mother behave like that, when with a father behave like that, then the question is who is the real one? Because with every interaction you are changing. Society will teach you that. That's why we enjoy child's life so much. Child is, till that child develops the I, before that he is equal with everyone, knows no difference. He behaves exactly the same way. But we don't. Why? Because that gyan that we are collecting is what you just said earlier. दुनिया में क्यों दल दिखाते सो चुप ही रह जाना सी. That's what the world teaches. How to win friends and keep friends. Right? They're calling it.
How to win friends and influence
People. If that is not the knowledge you want to collect. You want to collect the real knowledge which actually puts your picture in front of you the way you are. So that you can then use that information and evolve. नानक ज्ञानी कैसा होए, आप बुझाणे बूझे सोए. And solve the mystery of that creator. Gur prasad kare vichar. It's a grace from him for those who have started thinking that way. Gur prasad. Kada hai kare vichar. If the thinking is changing, if it is getting you there closer, then you are on the path where so gyani dargah parwan. May God give us the strength and the energy and the desire to eventually fulfill the aim of this life. With that, I want to thank you for coming. And we are caught up. We fell behind last time, so we are now on the 30th hymn. We did 3 of them today because that one needed more time. So we will hopefully, with his blessing, get together again in 2 weeks, and we will open for if there's any more questions.